In Chapter 16 of Brave New World, John, Bernard, and Helmholtz are gathered in the controller's office to await the judgment of Mustafa Mond. John paces the room, glancing at the shelves of books. He finds a copy of My Life and Works by Our Ford, but leafing through it, he finds nothing of interest. Mustafa Mond strolls in and says to John, "So, you don't much like civilization, Mr. Savage?" John says no. Their dialogue revolves around the world state's reasons for prohibiting anything that involves free thought. When John admits to his disgust for the masses of identical clones, Mond explains how each caste fulfills a need that keeps the world state happy and stable. He tells his guests that he had once been a scientist and he wanted to study the possibilities of pure science, but he chose the controller track instead of banishment. At the talk of islands and banishment, Bernard panics, and he's taken from the room and sedated with soma. Helmholtz accepts the chance to live among like-minded people. He chooses the Falkland Islands, where he and Bernard are banished. In this falling action chapter, we learn that Mustafa Mond is a former radical, a scientist who knows Shakespeare. But more importantly, he provides an explanation of the ideal system that John and Helmholtz find so dissatisfying. In frank conversation with both John and Helmholtz, Mond explains that the Bakhanovsky system is essential because the optimum society is modeled on the iceberg, 8/9 below the waterline and only 1/9 above it. He also agrees that Othello is far better than Felice, but he's certain that no one would understand it. Besides, stability and happiness, they're worth the sacrifice of art, truth, and freedom. He's living proof. A former radical turned responsible administrator. He says, "I'm interested in truth. I like science, but truth's a menace, and science is a public danger." There's irony in the controller's stance here that pure science, like art, is an enemy of the state. Because if Henry Ford's free and independent thinking had been forbidden, the mass production of the world state might never have occurred. Character development is worth noting here. Both John and Helmholtz recognize an affinity with Mond, while Bernard betrays his friends in the interest of self-preservation.